Hey guys, Coach K here. So today I'm going to tell you what's going on with ETH, and I found this guy Larry Cermak. He presents actual proof of what's going on with ETH, and basically to dispel the rumors that ETH is being massively sold off by all the ICOs. And it's actually not really true. They're selling off some, but they're not selling off in numbers that everyone thought. So basically he goes over this and talks about how ETH potentially is going to keep going down, and I agree with him. So since April, about 23% of the supply of ETH has been sold off by the ICOs holdings, which is about 1.1 million ETH. But over the last 2 months, only 172,000 ETH have been sold. So not insane numbers like everyone would predict. So we see since September 9th the aggressive sellers of ETH, but again, this is not a crazy number. It is for some projects that probably really need the money now, but for some others, they're probably just getting out of some of their ETH to use for other cash flow purposes. There are a lot of companies that still hold a large holding of ETH. Obviously, it would be worth more if they. Obviously, it would be worth more. Let's just put it that way. But their market cap is actually less than the ETH amount. Here are the biggest holders of ETH, the different companies, and obviously you can see status. They sell off, and Argon sells off, and so these companies can sell off, but they still have so much left. So keep that in mind. Now, 36% of the holdings of ICOs related raises have been are still holding, and 31% of that actually is holding, and 5% of that is this Polkadot hack. Okay. Or the parody hack, sorry. As of September, basically 62% of the project have liquidated, which means 2% of the total ETH was liquidated since then. Therefore, the popular narrative that this whole thing, that ETH is being sold off in massive by ICOs is actually not true. A lot of people can speculate and think that these projects actually have enough cash right now, and they can survive the storm till everything kind of moves back, into check, basically. But eventually they're saying, and I also agree, that these projects are going to run out of money because they're not making revenue yet, and because of that they're going to need money and they're going to have to liquidate. So one thing I said to Larry was, don't forget ETH futures are coming, and OTC has insane movements of ETH. That's true, but remember this, that that's behind the scenes, and you're not going to see that in the market price. That's, it's like two people selling something behind closed doors. No one knows about it, right? If I sell my phone to someone in public, no one's going to know about that sale, right? So that's kind of what OTC is. It's kind of like it's legal, but it's behind closed doors and doesn't affect the market price. So because of that, that doesn't really help ETH at all. ETH futures should, but that's also 2-3 months away. So maybe when that starts, we'll see a turn in the market. But until that point, some of these projects probably will have to liquidate over the next 3 months at a loss, a very big loss actually. So that's what's happening in ETH, and that's why I believe the market in ETH is still going to go down. We also have Craig Wright and the hash wars with with Roger Ver and Jihan, and I just think it's really silly, because what he's doing is selling off his BTC to drive down the price of Bitcoin, so his Bitcoin will last, and he's losing the hash war very badly, and he's showing off toys on to Don Juan that are worth 2 weeks of hashing power, and it kind of looks like he's running out of cash, because who would pawn off a watch, basically. So I think that this hash war will probably end eventually, and maybe Bactus probably backed out of it because of that. And I think maybe institutions will be taking advantage of these huge dips and buying around 4K, not to kill off Bitcoin and let it go down to 1K and no one minds it, but basically they'll keep it going because they have a lot invested into this into these markets. And we'll see eventually next year with STOs and better projects coming out that the market will stabilize, it'll get more regulated, and it will start to grow. So that's it for today. That's what's going on in the markets. Sorry if you're an ETH holder and you feel like, oh no, but it will get better, but it could get worse, and that's just something to keep note of. Okay guys, so Coach K signing out. You have a great day, guys.